What up, guys? We're back. This is the Till You Collapse podcast. I am Brian. I'm your host. And we've been on a hiatus, Scotty.
What's a hiatus? What's that mean?
A break.
Oh, yeah. We've been on a break.
We've been on a break, guys. We've been a little over a month. And I've been in a funk, man. Few things going on. And like I said, I'm always transparent and real. And I don't ever want to try to force anything or make anything fake because, you know, I stand for the opposite of fakeness. And I just been down, man. I haven't had much to talk about. And it kind of started when I lost my dog.
Yeah, that's a terrible feeling.
That was horrible. And it kind of spiraled from that, and then a couple other things that I'm actually going to talk about today that really have affected me and opened my eyes. And it's something that I really want to share with you because this podcast is all about sharing experiences. I'm not in here yelling about shit like that I think works or that I believe works or that I try to sell you guys on. It's actually shit that I've lived and been through and experienced and used, and it's real, right?
Yeah,
that's what this podcast
it's not always
is about.
good things either.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that's what it is. And
the
this is going to be more of like a
too.
real, like, you know, and a real personal experience. And like I said, I don't want to fake it. I want to be as real with you guys as possible, and that's how I'm trying to be in my whole life, you know, which nowadays, you know, I feel like it's harder and harder with the whole social media thing and, you know, the whole everyone trying to be something they're not and portray something they're not. And, you know, that's also kind of ties in what I'm going to talk about. It's getting worse and worse. And here's the thing, guys, is like, just be true to yourself wherever you are at your journey. If you're starting, you're broke as fuck and you're struggling, share that. You don't have to act like everything's okay. You don't have to act like you're doing good. You don't have to act like you have things you don't. You got to realize that you sharing the struggle, you sharing your story and being true to who you are, you're going to connect with way more people than portraying something you're not, especially when people can read right through that most of the time nowadays. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, that's so true. So many people on social media, like, they portray themselves as something they're not.
Yeah.
And then that, like, it's kind of like just a natural habit. A lot of people want to compare themselves, like, where somebody else is at.
For sure.
But that other person might not actually be there, you know?
For sure. For sure. And especially
it just
when,
messes
like,
you up mentally.
when someone's comparing themselves to someone that's totally fake in a facade and they're trying to live up to these impossible standards when that person they're trying to live up to really isn't there, not really doing that.
Yeah.
That's fucked, right?
Social media, you can say anything about yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
And here's the
behind
thing.
Your screen.
Here's the thing. With social media, you know, keep it as real and genuine about yourself as you can. You know, it's okay to, I don't want to say embellish, but it's okay to have a little more energy. With social media, I feel like you have to add a little more energy into whatever you do just to attract people. You know what I mean?
You got to add that entertainment value.
It has to
too.
have some kind of entertainment value. But at least with the core, what you're talking about is true and real and what's reality about it, then that's fine. Like with me and my social media, like, I may be a little more entertaining, a little louder, a little crazier, but it's who I am. You know, I just, you know, I am who I am. I try to make it entertaining as possible, but at the core, all my messages, everything that I say, everything that I put on there, I either own it, it's mine, I've been through it, I've lived it, I do it. Like, no one can look at my social media.
You're pretty crazy off camera too.
Yeah,
you know,
I am pretty
loud.
crazy. I am. So I am, you know, but I try to keep that as genuine as possible because I can't stand when people are fake and I can't stand when people portray that. Another thing I wanted to talk about is cars, and this kind of leads in that fakeness and portraying something. I got a new car. I traded the Raptor in for an Audi.
All right, sexy.
You like it?
Yeah, I love
Kyle
that
loves
car.
it.
It's sick.
So R8, it's a V10 performance. It's an amazing car. I tried the truck thing. I'm just not a truck guy, guys. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. The Raptor is an amazing truck. If you like trucks, I definitely, you know, suggest the Raptor. I'm a fan of it, but as far as I like the R8 way more than the Raptor. And the car is amazing. You know, and one thing people don't know about R8s is they're basically 70% Lambos. So R8s and Lambos have so many of the same components: chassis, engine, brakes, everything other than the body, the shell, basically. As at least the model R8 I got is like the Huracan Lambo. And,
yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, so it's just an amazing car. Mine's lowered, it has rims, has exhaust, nothing I get as stock, and I really love it. I enjoy driving every day. And the reason why I'm telling you about this is because everyone knows I have that Rolls which was a goal of mine. It was a huge goal of mine. I always wanted one of those cars, and I got one. And then, but now that I drive the R8 every day, and then I go over and I drive the Rolls, I can't stand it.
Really?
I feel like I'm 80, 90 years old. I feel like I'm driving a couch, literally. Like it feels like you're piloting the couch now, or that boat out in front of our warehouse. I feel like I'm piloting that on the street. So, and for me, real and genuine, who I am, I'm a younger guy. I like performance. I like handling. I've tracked cars. I've raced cars. I'd love to get back into racing cars again because it's another passion of mine. And I think I'm gonna get rid of the Rolls.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, I have to because, like I said, it was a goal of mine, and for me, it's not about flexing and like just having a Rolls. Is like say I got a Rolls. Look at me.
Enjoy
like
it.
I don't actually enjoy driving it,
Yeah.
so I don't want to have it. Like you know what I mean? Like just like I didn't enjoy driving the truck, I got rid of it. I don't enjoy driving the Rolls. It was a goal. It was cool to have, but honestly, maybe in 20 years from now, when I'm older,
and I need have something to cruise around town in.
But I'm trying to figure out what I want to get to replace it, honestly, just because, like I said, being real and genuine to you, like, it's, some people get Rolls to flex or like act like it's,
right.
It's a pretty good accomplishment. But for me, like genuine and true to who I am, I truly don't enjoy driving it. So I need to get rid of it. You know what I mean? I don't care what it means to have a Rolls. You know what I mean? And whatever I get's probably not going to be as flashy or expensive. Who knows? Maybe I'm Persian. Who knows what's going to come out of it? But I guarantee it's going to be something more that's me, something more performance, something a lot faster, almost like maybe like the R8, but like a 4-door or something like that.
Yeah.
So I've been looking for things. There's been a few cars I've been looking at. I've been looking at this new Mercedes AMG GT 63S, which is like a 4-door. They have that 2-door like a really fast car. It's a new car. It's 4 doors. It reminds me of my V. Remember that Cadillac V?
Yeah.
Even like even way more like luxury and even more performance than that. I looked at that for a second. I was actually even looking at those Lambo SUVs.
Oh, really?
My kids were like,
you need something for the kids, huh?
I mean, an SUV, and I've heard that those really handle well and they're really fast as well. So it's almost like it feels like a performance car, but it's an SUV. There's nothing really in that segment. Like I'm looking for something that's bigger, 4 doors, something with space for a million kids like I have, but something that's gonna be that performance that I need and not feel like I'm driving something like
Yeah.
And there's not many cars that line up in that segment, honestly. So I'm trying to rack my brain, but just know you guys are probably going to see the Rolls go, like I said, staying true to me because I don't enjoy
I know. I haven't seen you been driving it
I don't
at all.
drive it.
Like sometimes I forget about it.
Yeah, it sits in the garage. So what's good is that? It's a waste of money, honestly. So
yeah, right. Yeah,
smart with your money. I mean, so
you're not going to be
even if I
it.
just sell it and don't even get another car. I mean, but here's the thing: this is not realistic to drive every day, even though I do. But if I want to take more than one kid around, I need something more than one seat. So, so that's the update on the cars, guy.
Cool.
Cars, I love them. So, yeah, so we're back, man. A lot of things happening around here. We hired a couple new people.
Yeah,
we're expanding. We're growing. We're busting out the seams of the warehouse. But like I said, and another thing, guys, I was looking at a couple models of Lambos, McLarens, Ferraris. I was tossing around, and they actually cost about twice as much as the R8. That I kind of had on my goal list to buy. But I kind of made the smart decision this year, and I bought the R8 that literally cost like about half as the other cars because, the R8's an amazing car. It fulfilled those needs I wanted of speed, performance, looks, everything like that. But, saving that, that amount of money that I saved buying a car that was half as much as other ones, the point is to invest it back in this business to grow this over the next couple of years where hopefully we grow it where I can buy that kind of other car that I'm looking at with not even a second thought, right? So
that's a smart way.
We already hired 2 people with salaries. Like, we're scaling our ads. We're putting the money back into this so I can continue to give you guys raises and grow your guys' income and grow your guys' opportunities and grow all this because that's honestly what's most important for me. Like I've talked about, not like I feel like people talk about that, the whole being real thing and stuff like that. But then you see these guys that get new cars and stuff like that, and then they're not investing back in their business, which is that's the quickest way to whittle a business down. If you don't take care of your people, they're not happy, they're not seeing growth and expansion, they don't see the company growing and expanding, they just see this guy at the top reaping all the benefits almost, right? And then it's like, what the fuck's going on here, right?
You got to have that patience, like to like be willing to like save that money, invest it into your business as opposed to, and that'll like grow faster
For
as opposed
sure.
to,
Like, it may be
sure.
hard. You want that car, you want that house, you want that vacation now, but if you invested that money into what you got going on, maybe in 1-2 years that money will more than 10-20x the performance from your business, and then you'll be able to get whatever the fuck you want at that point.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. And like I said, like I've always preached, and I live, is the culture around here. I want to create opportunities for you guys. I want us all to win together. I want us all to have nice cars out there. I want us all to have houses. I truly mean that. Like, if I didn't mean that, I would have bought a car that costs 2-3 times more than that and said, fuck it, not hired more people and not worried about that. You know what I mean? And that's the truth, honestly. And talking about cars, Kyle got a new car.
Yeah, Kyle
did. Got a car. He retired the Volvo. What year was that Volvo? 2004 Volvo that looked like an 81. It was falling apart. It was falling apart. He got a brand new, not brand new, but pretty new. What was it?
The BRZ, Subaru BRZ.
He got a new Subaru, looking good, taking some ladies out on dates, looking like a G.
Kyle's looking fly now.
Dang, Kyle. That's the newest, nicest car you've had?
That's a nice car to rent.
Hey, congrats, man. Congrats. And see, stuff like that, like me being able to, give Kyle an opportunity to have somewhere where he could get something like that. Hopefully comfortably, Kyle. Hopefully you didn't put yourself in a bad situation. Okay, good. It just, that feels good, honestly, and I want more of that. I want Scotty to buy his house. I want, that kind of stuff. So that's what this is about, guys, and that's what it needs to be about. Truly, though, at your core, like, it needs to be about that, not pretend like it's about that. You can't pretend. Like, all this fakeness and pretend, it catches up with you. I don't know how these people are fake on social media, or how these people just lie about so much shit. It just seems so stressful to me. I couldn't live like that.
Yeah, it's all a show,
But how is your whole life a show all the time?
Yeah, no, I would never be able to live like that,
You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like the opposite of like just staying true to yourself, just
that's
like
it. And here's the thing, and here's the main learning piece of this podcast, and it's not going to be that long a podcast. Like I said, I want to really bring you guys value quickly, have something you guys can listen to, and we're going to do more often, honestly, a couple a week like this, because I like this format. I don't have many friends, honestly. My circle's pretty small. It's gotten that way, as I become, as I grow myself personally, business, I don't have much time. I've talked about it. It's either business, it's family, it's certain friends that are really there and supporting me, real friends. And you find that out, that there's less and less as you climb the ladder, or the mountain, which is kind of shitty, but it brings out people's true character, right?
Yeah.
And, I have a friend that I haven't known him long, but he really is a really, really good guy. I really connected with him and his family. He's real as fuck. He's very successful. And we were very close friends. And this lesson is what I'm kind of talking about with the fakeness and stuff like that. As I become more successful, and I don't think I'm that successful, guys, honestly. Like I said, and I know I say this, but I truly say that. It's weird for me to say I become more successful, but I'm doing okay. At least I can pay my bills. It's okay. The lights are still turned on. But, I have more and more opportunities. You guys see it all the time. People continuously come in here. They want to meet with me. They want to give me business opportunities. They want to talk with me. They want to collaborate with me. All this kind of shit, right? Which is all kind of new to me, and it's kind of overwhelming. But what I'm finding is, and me, it's new to me. It's exciting. It's but what I'm getting at is I need to be more, how am I trying to explain this, guys? I need to be more careful with who I associate with. Because here's the thing, I know you guys have heard the old thing. Your guys' moms probably told you. My mom used to tell me the whole guilty by association thing, and that the way I want to talk to you guys how this translates into business is this something you really need to start to think of as you become more successful and as you portray something and as you stand for something like I do, that you're really careful who you let in and who you even collaborate with and who you even are seen with, who you ever do anything with, because, when you're little, guilty by association, if you're hanging out with kids that are bad, if you're hanging out with kids that are doing bad things, you're going to be automatically thought to be the same kind of kid, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've all heard that growing up, right?
Yeah.
And the thing I didn't realize until recently, because I lived it, it was an experience where I really had one of my best, closest friendships that's not even that old, really tarnished because of this. It's affected me personally. It's something I've actually realized, and it opened my eyes to this is, it goes with business as well. You know, you guys know what I stand about. You know how real I am. We just talked about social media, everything, and what I stand for, who I am. You know, and you have to realize that you have opportunities to collaborate with people as you become bigger and as you grow. More people want to come and be a part of that, and a lot of them, unfortunately, don't have the best intentions a lot of times, right? And the thing is you know, you know, you need to make sure that whoever you take a picture with, collaborate with, anything with, that person really is a reflection of what you believe in. Because, and I found this out the hard way, because, you know, if you don't, you're going to be perceived to be the same type of person as that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? But you know, it's like you think about guilty by associating as kids, but business wise as well. And here's the thing: you have to realize, if you being true to your core and true to your values, like I try to be, that it's more important to really be strategic and be stingy who you give your time to, even if it's an amazing business deal that says it's going to bring me an extra $1 million over here, but the person is not the same type of person I align with as far as their values, the way they act, the way they carry themselves, all that kind of stuff. It's more powerful and more true to who you are to turn that away, because, you know, that's who you're about and that's what you stand for. Because like I said, I was so excited, and this is all new to me, that I'm kind of letting everybody in. And here's the funny thing, like a lot of these people that I, you know, have collaborated with and stuff like that, some of them I don't talk to anymore. And I weeded them out myself, because I can see, you know, real or fakeness. I can see who people really are after I have a pretty good sense of who people are, right? So it's just, guys, you got to realize that you don't want to be perceived as something you're not, especially as you grow, as you become more successful, as you get bigger of a following and bigger of an influence, that, you know, you're very careful with your time. You're very careful who you collaborate with, because like I said, I had something happen to me where there was people that I was seen with, or people that I was around, that, you know, a lot of people see them in a certain light, which I get it, because I see them in that light too, now that I've, you know, opened my eyes to it, right? But I definitely don't want to be in that light, because that's opposite of what I am to my core. And maybe I was excited for the opportunities, I was excited for the exposure, whatever it may be. But just realize, guys, it's not worth it, because that's ties in that whole fakeness thing on Instagram. The whole thing is, you have to be true to who you are at the core. So it doesn't matter if it's a exciting business opportunity. If the person that's with is not a good person, or they don't fit what you believe in, turn that down. I promise you, in the long run, that's the best decision, and best to be. It's always the best decision to be true to who you are. You know, be true to who you are, and don't let that waver for any opportunity, because you don't want to be guilty by association with people that don't stand for what you stand for. You know? So that's something that's really been affecting me lately.
What would you say would be like? Because I have a hard time, like, always sometimes wanting to be like a lone wolf, but I know that's not the best way to go either, you know?
Yeah,
so how would you say?
It's hard, man, because I was a lone wolf for a long time. You know, as I was building this, it was just me. And as you're building something, and it's hard to give your time up, because your time is so valuable. But I can say it's a lot more powerful to have a powerful group.
Yeah, like, it's important to collaborate
It's
with
very
people
important
and,
to
like,
collaborate.
meet new people.
It's very important to collaborate and have a mentor and have people you learn from, for sure, that are like up here, and you're trying to get there, basically. So, you know, you gotta just, like I said, you
Just
have
find the right people.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You can get much further with a good circle than you can by yourself. And I've learned that too, because like I said, I did everything on my own lately, and ever since I joined the syndicate, and I have mentors around me now, and I have people that are way more successful than me that I look up to and collaborate with and stuff like that, we've seen what the business has done since that's happened. So it definitely helps
for
you
sure,
grow.
yeah.
But like I said, never waver on who you are and your morals or anything for business. That's what if you guys can take anything from this, listen to what I just said. Never waver on who you are to your core. You know, if you're real as fuck, if you are who you say you are, like I am, don't associate yourself with people that are not like that, just to make an
a deal.
Instagram post or make a video or get more exposure, because it's not worth it, because other people from the outside looking in, they see that and they're like, I thought this person was one way, but why are they hanging out with these other people? Why are they associated with these people? Maybe they're like those people, right? And then you get put in that circle, which is not a good place to be. And like I said, I'm dealing with that, and it's something I dealt with, and that's the last thing I wanted. And my eyes have kind of opened up recently to it. And I'm like, damn, that's true. And like I said, I was excited. Like, I'm excited.
Yeah.
No one's ever wanted it. Like I said, at the point where I'm at, this is new for me too. So I'm kind of like a little kid, like, excited. Oh, you want to talk to me? You want to collaborate with me? Okay. Here you go. And then it's like, then I actually realize who these people are and what they're about. And I cut those ties on my own, because it's not what I'm about. But, I've already been seen with them. I've already been, collaborated with them and stuff like that. And then there you go. You get put in that box and circle with them, and that's the last thing you want. So guys, please realize, stay true to who you are. Realize that anyone that you collaborate with has to be that same way. And if not, don't waste your time with it. Stick to who you are. Be true who you are. I'm sharing this with you guys because it's something I just dealt with, personal experience, real, raw. And I'm sharing that because I don't want you guys to make that same mistake. I don't want you guys to be looked at and portrayed something you're not, because that's a shitty feeling, honestly. That's the last thing I want. I felt shitty when I heard that, and I found that out, because that's not what I am, So, yeah, guys, that's about it. Like I said, I want to keep this short. I want to keep entertaining. I really appreciate you when you guys listen to the episode, when you guys share the episode. That's really the only way we grow. So please, if you got any tidbit from this episode, share it, post it, spread it. Really love and appreciate you guys. Thank you. We're out.
See ya.